There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw of Insider Travel Report and Virtual Roadshows. And in this case, this virtual roadshow is focused on selling luxury vacations. And of course, the best part of that is to find great destinations that have luxury products and also are catering to the luxury market. And I think we have 3 of them here. I've actually been to, I think, all 3 of them. Let's see. Yeah, I actually have been to all 3. Amazing. I know that for a fact that they have definitely luxury travelers in mind when we are going there. So let me introduce our panel first. And as I mention your name, just raise your hand and say hi. First of all, I have Iva Belaj-Santic, who's the director of the VAR Tourist Board. Hello, Iva. How are you?
Hello, everyone.
And then I have Mette Elzakov. Did I say that right?
Mette Ejskov Hansen.
Oh, okay. I did Hansen. I got to change that. There we go. And you are project manager, leisure tourism for Visit Denmark. And I just actually was in Denmark just not too long ago. So say hello to Mette. How are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
And then last but not least, we have Juana Ortiz Basso, who's the commercial deputy director for Visit Los Cabos, another wonderful destination that I've been lucky enough to go to. Hello, Juana, how are you?
Hello, James. Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Okay, great. Now, we're going to get right to it, and let's talk about each of your destinations. I'm going to give each of you a quick chance to describe your destination and your destination management organization. Let's start with you, Juana. Let's talk about Visit Los Cabos.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again. We are Los Cabos Tourism Board. Los Cabos is located in the south tip of Baja California Sur in Mexico. This organization, it's public and private. It's funded for the 3% of the taxes of the hotels. And then we have another part that is a private. So I like, because we have it's better when you work both parts together. And I think that Los Cabos is a commitment with the tourism, because our main industry right here it's the tourism. So
oh, absolutely. And you'd have a lot of wonderful luxury resorts and luxury attractions there. So it is a great place. And let's move over to you, Mette, of Visit Denmark. Tell us a bit about that. I actually just interviewed a luxury hotel that's in Copenhagen. So I know it is very much catered to the luxury tourism market. But tell us a little bit about Visit Denmark and Denmark.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, I'm with the National Tourism Board, Visit Denmark. And when we talk about Denmark, we talk about it as the land of everyday wonder, because Denmark is a place where you go and you find a little joy in everything that you do. You might have heard about the word hygge, which is a Danish word for coziness. And this is what everybody brings into what they do. So we might light candles or bring a blanket or something like that when we're out exploring. And that's something visitors will explore when they're in Denmark. We're, of course, mostly known for Copenhagen, which I have here behind me. And that's where you'll find a lot of the luxury experience that we have to offer. But we also have a lot of other things scattered around our country with we have over 444 islands and 4,500 miles of white sandy beaches, with a lot of people don't know this, but there is some gems to be found outside of Copenhagen as well.
No, I that's one thing I do have to explore outside of Copenhagen. I know Copenhagen pretty well, but outside of it is a place I really want to visit as well. Now let's go to Iva, talk a little bit about Hvar, which is a wonderful island in Croatia, and I've been lucky enough to be there a couple of times. But tell us a little bit about Hvar Tourist Board and your island.
So hello to everyone once again. I'm representing here Hvar Town Tourist Board, but as well all other tourist boards on the island. And we are proudly presenting Hvar Town Tourist Board as the oldest organization that's involved in organized tourism. So we are overseeing tourism since 1868. Means that the tourism DNA is more than 156 years in the people who are welcoming the tourists all over the world. And basically, as a tourist board, we are proudly showcasing our culture and historical assets. And I can here stress that Hvar Island has 6 UNESCO assets that you can feel with all your senses once you come here on the island. But also, this is the sunniest island in Croatia, so definitely worth visiting.
No, absolutely. And I agree that it is a very sunny and beautiful island, and been lucky enough to, as I said, to have been there in the past. Now, let's talk specifically about how each of your destinations caters to the luxury travel market. And also tell us about the main attractions, the main luxury travel attractions at your destinations. Let's start with you, Mette, about Visit Denmark. And you mentioned, obviously, Copenhagen has a lot of wonderful attractions, but there are places outside as well.
Yeah. Well, I think firstly, I want to just add that luxury in Denmark is quite different from what you find in other countries. It is not grandeur and glitter, and it's not a Palm Beach. In Denmark, it is very much focused on high quality, but also minimalism, and then our coziness. So you won't get into like the huge hotel rooms and stuff like that. It's more a focus on really high quality, cleanness, and coziness. One of the big sellers or key sellers within luxury travel for Denmark is our gastronomy scene. 20 years ago, these Danish chefs sat down, actually 20 years ago this year, they sat down and wrote the new Nordic Kitchen Manifesto, and this has completely changed the gastronomy scene in Denmark. It has put Copenhagen as kind of the gastronomic capital of Northern Europe, and you have some of the best restaurants. So that's definitely something to do in Copenhagen. We also have very nice designs, and we're famous for our architecture. So that's all something that you can both explore in Copenhagen and outside. Another thing is more of our authentic local experiences. Like you can go on an oyster safari at our western sea border, or we're actually also a wine producing country, which a lot of people don't know, but you can go.
That I'm surprised to hear. That I'm surprised to hear. I got to tell you.
Yeah, we actually started in the year 2000, and it has just grown, and it also comes hand in hand with our gastronomy scene, because these the new Nordic food manifesto is focused on local produce, so they also want local wine. So they needed, so that kind of goes hand in hand. So that's some of the unique experience that you can have outside of Copenhagen as well.
Well, and then I just heard you have a number of Michelin star restaurants as well, and I was somewhat surprised. I knew you had a few, but not quite as many. So there's a lot
I
of
think
good
we have
reasons.
30 restaurants or 31, and even some of them are located in towns that only has a population of 300 people. So yeah, it's
Oh,
quite a
wow.
unique.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I think that sounds like a great place. I definitely want to try that out. Now, Juana, let's go to you at Visit Los Cabos. How does your destination kind of appeal to the luxury travel market? What are kind of the main attractions of the destination?
Well, in Los Cabos, the high quality of services is across all the destination. When you arrive to the airport, then transportation, the hotels, the average of rooms of the hotels are 200 rooms. So they're medium or small hotels. So that's why the service is super elevated. It's like a boutique destination. Mm-hmm. And you can choose different type of experiences in the mountain, the desert, and the sea. It's a safety destination that people needs that today, feel comfortable. In Los Cabos, it's interesting because we have the international airport and 2 private airport, and the private airport has grown between last year and this year, 25%. So that is super interesting in comparison between.
In other words, there are a lot of private jets going down there, right?
Yes. In both airports, in San Jose del Cabo and Cabo San Lucas, as well as the yacht capital of Latin America. We have important tournaments of sport fishing with a prize of $8 million every year in October. The BSB is super big tournament that many people came around the world to do those activities. The gastronomy experiences this year is coming. Michelin, it's going to announce the winners or the recommendation of Michelin Guide this next week. So we are very excited about that. And in Los Cabos, I always invite everybody to don't stay at the hotel, to go and explore.
Right.
And the experience that you can find here could be elevate, and you can have this relationship with the nature. So it's super interesting.
No, that's wonderful. Now, let's turn to Iva about VAR. Tell us a little bit about what the attractions are. And I know I've actually toured the island. It's a beautiful island. But tell us about what are the attractions at the destination?
Well, I would say that we are between Los Cabos and Denmark. So at Denmark, not many fancy and big hotel resorts, but more like boutique hotels. But since we do have this long tradition in hospitality, definitely quality is a high level, starting from the restaurants up to the hotels. I would say luckily we don't have a big resorts, so everything is quite small. We are a community of 12,000 people on whole island, and that we cherish the quality better than the quantity. Talking about the luxurious potential of the island and the offer, I would say that we offer to our clients the privacy and intimacy that hardly can be found in bigger places. So on Hvar, you can still find the secured small base that you can just enjoy with your private yacht, that no big beaches or big beaches are around you. And I think that it's the top, or except of the quality service, is something that the segment of this luxury segment travelers are seeking for. As well, the nautical tourism, as you can see, the picture behind me shows the Paklani Islands. This is really nautical paradise, and it's a top level nautical area, not only in the Adriatic Sea, but also in the whole Mediterranean. And not even about talking about the historical and cultural heritage that basically you can see all around you, that Starigrad is the oldest town in Croatia, founded by Greeks 400 years ago. So everything that is some, I would say, seamless fusion of heritage, natural wonders, and exclusive offerings. So all that mixed up in very good and a high quality level.
And absolutely, food seems to be a theme here. I got to tell you, because I've eaten very well in VAR a couple of times, and we talked a little bit about all the Michelin stars coming to Los Cabos, and obviously to Denmark. So if you're looking for quality of really high-end dining, all three of the destinations here have it, a lot of it. Let's talk a little bit about. We started talking a little bit about the hotels and resorts there. But why don't I'm going to go to Mette and tell us a little bit about some of the accommodations that our travel advisors can book for their clients in Copenhagen and the rest of Denmark.
Yes, so in Copenhagen, we have 3 Virtuoso preferred hotels. We have Hotel Sanders and D'Angleterre, which D'Angleterre is located right next to the very picturesque photo that you guys will all know for Copenhagen with the colorful houses.
Yeah.
And then there is Hotel Nim, which is actually located in Denmark's biggest tourist attraction, which is Tivoli Gardens. I don't know if you've been there, if you've been to Copenhagen.
Oh, many times. I love it.
It's one of my favorite places. So it's an amusement park right in the heart of the city, and it's the second oldest amusement park in the world. So you can actually stay.
Inspiration for Walt Disney, if I recall.
It is. He went there in 1951 to be inspired for Disneyland. So that's a little connection between Denmark and the US as well. And besides these more classic hotels that you know, we also have Villa Copenhagen, which is actually just out next to Tivoli. And Villa Copenhagen is in our old post office, and it was opened in 2021. And they deliver really high quality, but they also have more accommodation than the rest of or bigger capacity than the other hotels. So that's something to keep in mind if you have clients that are booking last minute.
Mhm.
And going outside of Copenhagen, I already told you about the long coastline that we have, and something that's kind of the epitome of luxury summer to Danes is our seaside hotels. These are very boutique, small hotels, all located really close to the beach. And the rooms are not huge. They're very small, minimalistic, and cozy. And the chefs working in these hotels are some of the best in the world. We had one who just won Berg d'Or, I think that prizes, which is the master chef competition. So it's really high quality food, but in these cozy surroundings, and you find them scattered all over our coastline. But if you want to go to the most famous one, like Svinkløv is one of the most famous one, they do get booked out a year in advance. So it's something that you would want to book really early if you have clients who want this unique experience. Svinkløv is on the completely other side of Denmark from Copenhagen, but it's only a 5-hour drive. So that's how big our country is.
You know, I never
And
realized that's it. It takes 5 hours to get around the country, which is, you think it's so small, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for an American traveler, it's really easy to go explore more than Copenhagen because our kingdom is very, very small. So you can definitely see a lot just driving just a couple of hours outside of Copenhagen.
Let's turn to Iva about the accommodations, about and I know a few because I've stayed there. You don't have as many as maybe our other participants here, but you have some really wonderful places to stay.
Yeah, comparing with the other two destinations, we are well. You could say at the beginning, but honestly, I think that we maybe don't want more because the luxury is when you hard to get the finest things. And definitely Sunshine Hvar company, I suppose that you stayed here with the asset of their hotels. They are cherishing the high quality of the hotels, so they are all waterfront hotels with the full board or exclusive offers. And this is the chain that also will be in the virtual show represented. Then we do have on the island as well Maslina resorts. Those I'm talking about the 5-star properties, and the Moesi hotel. So basically only 3 on whole island, but 4 stars. Our categorization in whole Croatia is quite strict. So I would say that the categorization of 4-star hotel deserves basically in 5 stars in some other European countries. So usually the United States guests are more than satisfied with the quality, even if staying in 4-star hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And then definitely there is a big number of the private villas or private accommodation that also can host the high quality guests. So the private villa that fits 6 to 12 persons with a swimming pool and all the services and concierge, that's also very easily to book out throughout all island of Hvar.
No, and the wonderful places, and again, I've been lucky enough to stay in a couple places there. I want to talk us a little bit about Visit Los Cabos. I know you have amazing luxury properties there, but talk a little bit about the accommodation options that our travel advisors will have when they want to book their clients there.
Well, in Los Cabos, we have now 14 virtuoso properties, 11 signature properties, and brands like the one and only, the Ritz-Carlton Reserve, that is, there are only 5 in the world. One is here in Los Cabos, Waldorf Astoria, 4 Seasons, and now last week just opened the second 4 Seasons. So we have 2 Auberge, for example, like important international luxury brands. And also is coming some the new properties, Grand Velas, that is a Mexican brand.
I know that very well. It's a very good property. Yeah.
Yes, it's an all-inclusive but super high-end property. They just opened a second Grand Velas.
It's right next to the first one, right? If I recall.
Yes, right next to the first one. But this one is for adults only. So it's interesting as well. They open in December. Last week opened the second 4 Seasons. It's coming as San Regis and Aman as well. So new brands that are interesting. There is a new when and only announced like a little one hotel that is focused on wellness. So
Okay.
for 2025, so no, sorry, 2026. So new things are coming as well.
No, so there are going to be a lot. There already are a lot of options, and there are even more to come. And they are some name brands, and also some ones like Grand Velas is one of my favorite brands in Mexico for luxury accommodations. And I've been lucky enough to stay in the first one that they built in Los Cabos. So you get an idea of all the range of accommodations you can get at all three of our destinations. So there's tons of things to choose from for your clients. Now let's talk a little bit about what programs that all three of you have to help travel advisors better sell your destination and better sell to luxury travelers. And I'm going to start with Iva. Talk a little bit about the programs you have to get travel advisors to understand your island destination.
Well, since we are an island in Croatia, and Croatia is a quite small country as well as Denmark, so we are usually doing the programs together with collaboration with the Croatian National Tourist Board.
Right.
And they have their office in New York, and they are very active throughout the whole United States. And usually they are organizing trips that we are including in this offer. And usually it's like Croatia selling. And then 2 or 3 days are stopping in Hvar. So this is basically the most important channel that we are helping the travel advisors to get to know the destination, but also throughout the Zoom meetings or visiting our webpage site, we are more than able to help to promote the destination with all information that they would need.
Yeah, and that's how I got there. The Croatian National Tourist Board booked me on a 10-day trip, and I spent 2 or 3 days in Hvar the first time. So that's exactly how I got to know it very well, and I was lucky enough to go a second time. Want to tell us a little bit about how I know Los Cabos does a lot of promotion and a lot of education and training for travel advisors, but tell us specifically how you help them sell more luxury travel.
Well, we have a special program for travel advisors. It's loscabosspecialist.com. So there you can find all the information about the destination. Also, being part of the program, you can upload your bookings there and have some rewards. Then we also, like if they need special trainings or webinars, we do for the agents and the agencies. And also sometimes we invite them to come to Los Cabos to live the experience in the farm trip, all those things. We do, and we attend different events to tell the advisors what is new, and some updates on the destination.
That's fantastic. And I know I've been lucky enough to go there, and I know there are a lot of fam trips that you guys organize. And last but not least, Mette, tell us a little bit about what kind of programs and training that Visit Denmark has to help our travel advisors sell more luxury travel to your destination.
Yeah, well, we have our visitdenmark.com website has a specific section for the travel professionals. And here you can find both a luxury webinar where we go into more detail than what I've been able to do here about our luxury experiences. We also have a luxury itinerary that will be finished when the roadshow actually happens. So in 2 weeks, we'll have that out where we go into details with the different luxury experiences you can have throughout Denmark. And then we have our training program, which is just like general Denmark training that you can take, which you can also find on that website. And we also work in a Nordic capacity, where we work under the Nordics, where we work with the 7 Nordic countries, and we are present at different conferences and so on throughout North America. And then there's me and my colleague Nina, she's based in the UK, and I'm based in New York, and we are always happy to help. We are the ones who are on top of what's going on, what's new, hotel openings, and so on in Denmark. So you can always reach out to any one of us, and we're happy to help.
Fantastic. Now, we only have 2 other questions for this panel. First of all, what kind of luxury travelers do you try to really target? I mean, who is your target client, and so that our travel advisors know who they should target? I'm going to stick with you, Mette, to talk about what kind of luxury travels are you after and who you think would be happiest coming to the destination?
It's definitely the one looking for the kind of urban experiences. So going to Copenhagen and are curious about our food scene and our architecture and so on. And also people who are looking to be close to the locals and go out and meet our locals and have cooking classes with them and have dinner with them and so on. So people who are engaged and curious about culture and maybe also our royal heritage and Viking heritage as well.
No, and that's absolutely true, and it really is an amazing, and of course, foodies too, as you mentioned. That's a big
Yeah,
market. People,
that's a must.
yeah.
And I will add that you don't have to have the Michelin starred experiences. Because that movement has happened in Copenhagen, the quality of food throughout Denmark has just risen. So even the cheaper meals are also very, very good. You find a really high quality food throughout Denmark.
No, I can attest to that. That's absolutely true. Tell us a little bit about the kind of customer luxury travel or that you're trying to target for VAR.
Where we are looking for the ones that would like to relax, to enjoy, and to slow down. So Hvar is a small island.
Slow tourism movement. There you go.
Something like that. But it's about the size of the town and the size of the island. So everything is in reach of 15, 20 kilometers and really gives you opportunity to slow down and to experience either cultural heritage or gastronomic. Hvar is also, together with the Brach, is cherishing the Mediterranean diet protected by UNESCO. So talking about the great gastronomy, great wines that the Greeks settled down in 2,400 years in Starigrad Plain. It's a mixture that we would like to offer to the client that would like to try Hvar with all his senses. So something to taste, something to see, to feel, and to touch. So Hvar offers everything to, I would say, to everyone. But most important is that we are seeking for the people who appreciate culture experience and who loves to, I would say, mingle with the locals and respect local culture and local heritage as well.
So that's where, and I can attest, it is a very small island, but it's an amazing island, lots to do and lots to explore. So if you're curious about that, and again, we talked about gastronomy. One more.
What happened?
Sorry, they'll clean it up. I suddenly lost the screen. All right, Alan. So we'll go from that 1, 2, 3. He's editing. So obviously your island also is people who are interested in gastronomy and really incredible history too. You have there's so many different things to go see in your historic capital, Starigrad, if I remember correctly, as well as the coastal towns. So it really is a wonderful island. Now, last but not least, I want to tell us a little bit about who you are targeting at Las Cabos for the luxury traveler.
Well, Los Cabos is for travelers that are looking for adventure experiences, the gastronomy experiences as well, that is super important here in our destination, for couples, for friends, group of friends, or for families as well. The ones that are looking for water activities like a marine safaris, that is super interesting. The 30% of the world marine mammals are located in the Sea of Cortez. So those that are looking for adventure experiences and gastronomy and the high quality of services are welcome. And the ones that they want to live the Los Cabos.
Fantastic. Now we're going to stick with you, and this is the final question. You've mentioned, all of you have mentioned resources, but tell us the URL, other resources that our travel advisors can go to, and of course we're going to remind everybody to go down to the floor to see you're in the booths the virtual booths that we have. But start with you, Juana. Tell us about your URL, places where our advisors can go to learn more about Los Cabos.
Well, in our digital ecosystem, in Visit Los Cabos.travel, you will find a lot of resources for you, maps, videos, photos. Also, we have a luxury guide where you can find all this information. and in the Los Cabos specialist program as well. And if you need any question, please let me know in j.ortiz@visitloscabos.travel, and I will answer all the questions that you have.
Fantastic. And I have again, let us know where our travel advisors can go to learn more about your wonderful island and all the attractions on it.
So starting point for research about Hvar Island, it's our webpage, visithvar.hr. And then from there, you will be leaded either to the official web pages of the resorts, of the luxury restaurants, or some unique experience. So basically, visithvar.hr, starting point.
Fantastic. And I can't wait to get back. Last but not least, Mette, tell us about where our travel advisors can go to learn more about Denmark.
Yeah, so if you go to visitdenmark.com/travel trade, then you'll find pretty much all the tools that you'll need. We also have a link to an email if there's something that you can't find on there, but I definitely recommend going in there, having a look around. You can find itineraries, also itineraries for both Copenhagen, but also taking day trips outside of Copenhagen. And we actually have a webinar series right now about things that you can do outside of Copenhagen on day trips. So I highly recommend going in and checking that out.
Absolutely. Now, first of all, it's wonderful that I've actually been to all three of your destinations, and they are absolutely wonderful. They all are very different. And again, there seems to be a common theme about the culinary. I will tell you that. Everybody, you got some great food. So I'm really looking forward to getting back there. And again, for all of your clients out there, these are wonderful destinations that you can heartily recommend to your luxury travelers. And so glad we can showcase them here today. And again, please go to our virtual trade show floor now. We recorded this panel a little earlier, but as of now, you can start going down to their various virtual booths and again, learn more about these destinations. I want to thank all three of you for participating today. Again, great destinations, and I can't wait to go back.
Looking forward to meet you again.
Thank you so much, James.
Thank you, James.
Okay, take care, guys, and we'll see you on the floor, and we'll see you in Los Cabos, in Var, and Denmark.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that's good. Sorry, I had a blip there. I thought for a second I had lost the panel, but we edit this, although they're really, except for my little flub, there's really no editing involved. It was really great. You guys all did great. Again, it's amazing, and I've been lucky enough to experience your destinations firsthand. So, and I'm intending to go back to all of it. It's always a matter of time, you know, when I can get to places. And I was lucky enough to be in Var a couple of times. I've been in Copenhagen a number of times. I think it was one of the earliest destinations I went to as a kid, actually, with Tivoli, as we talked about. And Los Cabos, and Los Cabos is a wonderful place. Again, I actually stayed at the Grand Velas, the first one. And then took a cruise from there a little bit up the coast. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate your time, and I'll let Iva get back to her celebration tonight because there's some big fair tonight, right?
A co-patron of the town, so it's a procession and big fair and a number of the events.
Okay, excellent, fantastic. Well, have fun, and I'll see all you guys later. All right, take care.
I really want to go to Croatia and Denmark right now.
Okay, there you go. You guys
Email me.
you should exchange cards and go visit each other. There you go.
No problem.
Take care.
Also, Mark, you have my email address. We can stay in contact.
Okay, very good. Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.